pool about a month ago. Minor just into the game. No look pass, corner three. Dejuan Gordon in and out and back in. 45% from out there, Dejuan Gordon. Played all 50 games in the G League for South Bay last year. Has been in and out of the lineup this season, but in his 24th game. Gives Noblesville the 4-point lead. Wade Taylor the fourth, able to match him right back, and his hot streak continues. Wade Taylor, only about a 12-point-a-game scorer, entering the last time out for Mexico City, went off for 28. And his three-point shooting has continued to grow up near 40% now on the season. Foul called on Esteban Roacho. Taylor is now one of 6 players on this Capitanes roster shooting at least 37% from three. They go pick and roll, foul called, unable to finish at the rim is Slauson. As Jordan Minor, newest member of the Capitanes, picks up the personal. Actually, they call that on Bowie from the side. And there's a look at Tom Hankins, veteran, 6th-year head coach, 143 and 111 in his time with Noblesville. Had been an assistant player development coach with the Indiana Pacers for 2 years under Rick Carlisle. As you saw Vitor Galvani there a moment ago, the Brazilian. In his first year, had been a 2-year assistant for the Capitanes, 2023-24 seasons. Capitanes had never led their conference at any point. This is their 4th full season in the G League until this year. Currently tied for first as Minor gets inside, partial alter by R.J. Felton. Great job by the guard to get back. Leads to a run out. Bouknight got a partial tip on that ball. It led to a missed layup. Dejuan Gordon can't finish. And then he bangs into Figueroa and never saw him coming down the other end. That'll leave a mark for L.J. Figueroa, who is coming off of his 4th 20-point scoring game of the season. Meanwhile, the former Capitane and Garrett Denbo checks in, who's been a bit of a nomad on his 5th G League team already. He's just in his 2nd year out of Division II Anderson in South Carolina. Well, that foul puts Noblesville over the limit already here. 5:34 still to play in the first quarter, and Figueroa knocks it down. Early 12-11 lead for Noblesville. This is the first ever meeting between the Boom and Capitanes, and there Roacho forces a steal. 2-on-1. It's a tip on the lob attempt. Ball comes to Minor, and he puts it in anyway. Not exactly how Wade Taylor IV drew that up, but Mexico City makes it work. And the Capitanes lead it 13-12, just over 5 to go in the first quarter. Another poke away, this time by Minor. Comes back, corner three, good look. It's around and out for Bieniemy. Just his 5th 3-point attempt of the year. He's only playing in his 5th game for Noblesville. It was just claimed a couple weeks ago. Taylor, the pull-up three, no. Today, the first day of March. This is the final month of the regular season. We'll go till about March 25th or so. And it's the postseason after that. There's still nothing guaranteed. Mexico City watches as this three is drilled. Garrett Denbo just made his team debut for Noblesville on Friday at Rio Grande Valley. Had 5 points in 18 minutes off the bench. This is his 41st career G League appearance. And Mexico City could still very easily win the conference regular season title. They could easily slip out of the top 4 and not get to host anything in the postseason. Bouknight altered at the rim. That's a rebound to Felton. Baseball pass off the mark. And a sloppy start from Noblesville continues. 5 turnovers for the Boom. More turnovers than made field goals. They've gotten away with it because the Capitanes have been ice cold. Just 4 of 16 from the field. And now James Bouknight is a little slow to get up. Their leading scorer and all-star. He looks to be okay. Just took a shot off the ball. Both the Boom and Capitanes got off to slow starts in their last games. Mexico City trailed by 25 and then led at one point in the 4th quarter. Minor, the spin move. Minor with good depth in the paint. And the second-year pro out of Virginia, his 67th career G League game today. On his third team of the year. We're tied at 15, just underway in Mexico City. Deep three launch. Denbo knocks it down. He only scored 2 points in his 2 games with the Capitanes last year. It is a bit of an overstatement to say this is a Garrett Denbo revenge game, but why not? We'll go with it. 4 for 9 now for the Boom as a team from 3. Minor again, working hard in the paint. Going right at the center, Jalen Slauson. Delay of game warning here on Mexico City, and Vitor Galvani will take a timeout. Good back and forth between a couple teams in prime playoff position right now, Noblesville and Mexico City. It's a 1-point lead for the visiting Boom as we play with 3:07 to go in the first. Noblesville Boom on top of the Mexico City Capitanes, 18-17 Sunday afternoon G League hoops. This is the first ever meeting between Noblesville and Mexico City. The former Indiana team, Fort Wayne, is where they started. It was Detroit and Indiana actually as original affiliates for the G League team in Fort Wayne. They actually changed their color scheme, mascot. They moved temporarily for 2 years to Indianapolis while they prepared the new arena, rebranded, and eventually named the Noblesville Boom after the Boom Baby phrase from the legendary coach, later a broadcaster, Bobby Slick Leonard. A little G League trivia for you on this Sunday. But they just opened their brand new arena this past November. As out of the timeout, Iraldi leaves it short on the layup. But in their time between Fort Wayne and Indianapolis, they did win the 2014 D-League title and were finalists in 2015. Great bullet pass, James Bucknight for 3. Missed his first 3 triples, but puts an end to that drought. Mexico City has the lead after a very slow start to this game shooting. Denbo, the former Capitane, briefly poked away from behind. Felton works baseline, puts it in. Strong move for R.J. Felton. He played 124 games in 4 years for East Carolina, was Pirates. Now in his first year as a pro. Several rookies on this club. Minor denied. Wow, Slauson looked back at him as well. It's a driving kick, chance with numbers, and a 3 left short. Great look for Bieniemy, but an offensive reset. Felton got it. R.J. Felton has hit a couple triples early, a team high 8 points as Noblesville leads by 3. And now Slauson and Minor have been going at it here in this first quarter. Taylor left open, launches the 3 and knocks it down. Taylor's turning into one of those point guards. You can't just give up the open 3, too. He has gained so much confidence with that shot, up to near 40% on the season. Slauson faking the 3, works hard into the paint, recollects and finishes at the rim. Be interesting to see how many minutes they give Slauson today after he played 47 of 48. Including the overtime as well, the Elam ending. They don't count that in the minutes box score. Taylor lobs, and Slauson just held Minor since he was out of position. Gives Minor a chance at the free throw line. He certainly found a home in Mexico City, Jordan Minor. The number 1 for Mexico City. Started the year in Memphis, waived on January 15th. He got signed by Birmingham for legitimately 2 days. Played 1 game, then got waived again. Mexico City picked him up 5 days later. And with the Capitanes now dealing with guys out due to FIBA play, an injury to Ahmad Kaver, Minor has helped fill a nice role, just some backup big minutes. And getting a much bigger role today as well with no Anderson Garcia away from the team for FIBA duties as well. And it's Minor who drills the free throw. 25 apiece, final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Slip by Hildreth, and he throws it away. Would have been better off just taking the travel here as Bowie sets up Taylor. And a travel called on Taylor before that pass, apparently. LJ Figueroa certainly didn't agree. That turnover allows Noblesville to hold for 1 as we come down to the end of the first quarter. Noblesville, an unbelievably streaky team. They started the tip-off tournament this year 0-7. But now they find themselves 6th in the East in playoff position. 6 to go in the first quarter. Hildreth with 3. Step back. Triple. No, too strong. Bowie the rebound, and that does it. Slow start for both teams shooting. Each picked it up a little bit as the first quarter comes to an end. It's Noblesville and Mexico City locked up at 25. We've played 1 quarter. First of a 2-game series between the Boom and Capitanes. Our second quarter is on the way next. One quarter in the books between the Noblesville Boom and Mexico City Capitanes, 25 apiece. Mostly bench productivity for Mexico City. That's not a shock considering they do lead the G League in bench points per game. However, with all the guys they have out, whether to FIBA duty or injury, RJ Melendez, Felipe Haase, Anderson Garcia, and Ahmad Caver, the one injury. And a shorter bench today. It's even more impressive to have seen 18 of the 25 points come off the bench. Jordan Minor leading the way with 8. RJ Felton, team's leading scorer for Noblesville, with 8 off the bench as well. We begin the second quarter. And after some sort of discussion, we are ready to go. That was an interesting conversation. You can hear a little bit of conversation. We have Matt Callio, Kaladi Mulla, Bobby Basant. They eventually get play underway, and then we see a foul call, kind of a choppy start to the second quarter. Figueroa called for the personal. Now, Chaparro and Bowie each picked up 2 early fouls for Mexico City, and they had to leave. Hard slash, acrobatic finish. MJ Iraldi off to a slow start in the first quarter, has his first bucket. Racing ahead, Figueroa follows up the miss by Bowie. Nobody picked up LJ. He is so good at plays like that. Just a great feel for the game in open space. Some of the whistles and hisses are out as a foul is called. RJ Felton fouled by Wade Taylor IV. It's not like you have to have a lot of history or bad blood here in Mexico City. I mean, you hit a couple of shots and the fans start whistling at you. Noblesville, 500 team or so on the road. They're 6-7 in their road games in the regular season. On the drive, Iraldi ran into a wall of Capitanes. Chaparro with those long arms, the 6'9" Argentine. Forces the turnover, 7th already by Noblesville. And that's where Mexico City figures to have an edge, although they throw it right back. Hildreth behind the D, lays it in past Dos Santos. So Noblesville gives Mexico City a taste of their own medicine. Capitanes have forced the 6th most turnovers of any team in the G League per game, while Noblesville is the 2nd worst team at protecting the ball. They turn it over 18 times a game. Dos Santos works baseline. Tough finish. Radon Dos Santos, the Brazilian, certainly looking back to full health and good form in what is just his 9th game of the year. They lob it up, the collection underneath, and a foul taken on Johnson. Chaparro forced to grab, and that is 3 now already on Chaparro. Samson Johnson, rookie out of UConn, had missed a couple weeks. About a 9-point-a-game scorer this year. Bricks the free throw, comes right back to him. And he spins on Taylor. That's a matchup I think Samson Johnson will win most of the time. Business decision by Wade Taylor, and a smart one at that, to just get out of the way. Boom, back up by 2, just about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Figueroa with the rainbow triple, too strong, and a rebound by Hildreth. Juwan Gordon back off his 1-game suspension, stumbling into the paint. Crazy shots, a little strong. Again, Noblesville still without Audice Tony, a 13-point-a-game scorer, normal starter. He was ejected for throwing punches and given a 2-game suspension. This is the 2nd of those 2 games, so he would be eligible to return on Tuesday when these teams meet again. Figueroa, nice touch, goes high upstairs and in, even though he didn't have a defender right in front of him. LJ Figueroa tied with Minor for the team lead, 8 points. Both of those guys off the bench, and we're tied again at 31. Hildreth weaving in and out of traffic. Gordon the fake. Mid-range. Got it. Dejuan Gordon had an adventurous college career, 2 years at K-State, 1 at Mizzou, 1 at New Mexico State, then to UT Arlington, 4 colleges in 5 years. Now on his 2nd G League team in as many years. No-look pass. Chaparro with an awkward catch in traffic was being held onto by Bieniemy. That was just a 2, by the way, so 33-31 Noblesville, not 34. That allows Bouknight to return. He took a little knock in that first quarter, seemed to be all right. They gave him a couple extra minutes on the bench after a 1 of 5 start shooting. Meanwhile, you see that black eye of Esteban Roacho, making just his second start of the year. Two in the shot clock for Taylor. Has to get it off. Instead, he throws it off the back of his teammate, Chaparro, who was waiting for the shot that never came. Yeah, I do not know the story behind the Esteban Roacho black eye. Our last broadcast for Mexico City was last week on Tuesday. They beat Salt Lake City. Roacho did not factor much in that game. He's really been an end-of-the-bench guy. No sign of the black eye then, so it's been recent. Crossover, Gordon, the drive and kick. Hildreth step back, puts it in for 3. And gives a couple signs to the Mexico City crowd. Hildreth fired up, only a 33% three-point shooter. That's not the strength of his game. He has 7, and the Boom have their largest lead of the first half, up by 5. Bowie, partial block. Slauson got a piece. It's saved to Roacho, the native of Mexico, who kicks it out. Taylor, no, on a triple. Hildreth, a heat check. Oh, it's good! Again, Cameron Hildreth. And he's chirping at Vitor Galvani, the Mexico City head coach, leading to a Capitanes timeout. Largest lead of the half for Noblesville behind back-to-back Cameron Hildreth threes. They lead it by 8 midway through the second. Largest lead of the first half for the Noblesville Boom off back-to-back Cameron Hildreth threes. The rookie out of Wake Forest. Several rookies on this Noblesville Boom squad. You have Hildreth, Samson Johnson, R.J. Felton, M.J. Iraldi, who was a Division II guy, one of the best Division II players in the country last year. So 4 rookies in total. Not much NBA experience for Noblesville, part of the Indiana organization. Only Jalen Slauson has appeared in an NBA game, and it was just a few. A cup of coffee with Sacramento, 12 games in 2024. Not a lot of experience, but the Boom have been playing good basketball under a veteran, well-respected head coach and 6th-year man, Tom Hankins. Capitanes short-handed, looking for the bounce back. Roacho drives baseline, and he's denied at the rim. What a play again by Slauson. They give it back to him, an ill-advised pass, and the Capitanes can run. It's Taylor. Goaltend as it went in anyway. Well, I'm not sure what R.J. Felton was trying to accomplish there with the jumping, no-look, between the legs bounce pass backwards right to Chaparro, but It's an 8th turnover, leads to a run out in a Mexico City lay-in. Having said all that, Jalen Slauson, 3rd in the G League in blocks per game, over 2 a contest. He already has 3 in the first half. And on-hand Hildreth weaving into the paint. Pretty move, sets up Gordon, who rattles down the 3. Second triple for Dejuan Gordon. Noblesville by 9. Chaparro the catch in traffic. He's blocked again. Oh, Slauson is everywhere. His 4th block of the first half, and again, Noblesville throw it away after one of them. Booknight, does he go right back? He does, and Lawson says no. This guy's ridiculous. Jalen Slauson. Gordon, cash money for 3. Dejuan Gordon making no mistake, his 3rd 3, team high 11 points. And Mexico City takes another timeout. I think we might get a technical as well. We'll clean it all up after the break. Noblesville, the first double-digit lead of the night. A quick timeout taken by Mexico City thanks to a Noblesville onslaught. 4 blocks in this first half from Jalen Slauson. Back-to-back threes, first by Cameron Hildreth, now Dejuan Gordon, and the lead is 12. Boo Buie also picked up a technical foul. A lot of frustration for Mexico City. They cannot get past that. Big number 18. The 6'7", third-year pro is a second-round draft pick by Sacramento in 2023. Played in 12 games for the Kings, scored 8 total points. And went to the Osceola Magic in the G League last year. Now with Noblesville. Well, Hildreth missing that technical free throw, so it stays 45-33 Noblesville. Slauson probably most well remembered in basketball circles for his NCAA tournament a few years ago. 2023 led Furman to their first big dance in 43 years for the Paladins, and they beat Virginia in what was a crazy finish, huge upset. Slauson had 19 points, 10 rebounds in that win. They were a 13 seed. Booknight, the drive and kick. Buie, fresh off the technical, rattles down the 3. A frustrating start for Buie, 0 for his first 5. He can get loose at any time. Tied to career high with 6 threes. Career high 34 points a few games ago at home against Salt Lake City on the last homestand for Mexico City. Deflection out of bounds here by Dos Santos. And as we've learned in the G League, 12-point advantage is basically nothing. You see Hildreth and Dos Santos getting into it a little bit. Capitanes were down 25 in their last game Friday. Came back, actually led in the fourth quarter before losing by 1. Bob comes into Slauson. They direct the whistles towards him now, and you can understand why with how good he's been. 2 in the shot clock. Gotta go. Denbo, 4-3. The former Capitane, perfect off the bench. 3 for 3, and they've all been from downtown. 48-36 Noblesville. Bowie with 5 in the shot clock, hit a moment ago. Not this time, but there's Miner right back up. He's fouled. So used to seeing the big man Slauson down there to get alters on blocks. That time, though, it was Denbo a little bit out of position, and he and Dejuan Gordon pinch in. Gordon calling for the foul. See Jamal Bienemy coming back in. And it's Jordan Miner. Well, he was a Virginia Cavalier. He did not play, though, on that Virginia team that lost to Slauson and Furman. That was 2023. Miner was at Merrimack College, who had just transitioned to D1 for 4 years, then went to UVA in 2024. But he misses the free throw. Capitani is struggling in all facets in this first half, shooting just 38% from the field. The hang, the spin, Iraldi, no. Tip out, controlled by Bowie. Capitani is just 4 of 12 from 3 as well. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the G League. Bowie can't get the English. And it's Iraldi taking it coast to coast. MJ Iraldi, off his best game as a pro, scored 36 points, tied a season high with 41 minutes played. And the overtime loss at Rio Grande Valley on Friday. Last year's NCAA Division II National Player of the Year for Nova Southeastern in Florida. Dos Santos the trigger. Deep for the lefty from 3, and a rebound to Slauson. Controlling the glass, 4 blocks, 4 assists, 5 boards, 4 points. Here he sets up a corner tray. That one's finally missed by Denbo. He had been a perfect 3 of 3. Noblesville up 14, under 4 to go in the first half. Mexico City, who lost a heartbreaker Friday night to fall into a tie for first with South Bay and Rio Grande Valley. Oh, foul called, tons of contact, and it's going the other way. An offensive foul, and Vitor Galvani can't believe it. Reynan Dos Santos ends up on the deck as Bowie's calling for the personal. Oh, there was a lot going on there. Bowie calling for the initial moving screen, and I think Vitor Galvani will challenge it. He will. First of 2 challenges used by Mexico City. Reynan Dos Santos looks to be all right. And with 3:42 to go in the first half, we will see our first review. Callio, Mulla, and Besant, our officiating team today. Assuming the argument here from Vitor Galvani is that that contact that was made that he felt should have been a foul on Noblesville happened to Dos Santos, who was the player who went down for Mexico City before the offensive foul was committed. Because usually the way they rule these with the letter of the law, I mean, if there is any sort of contact made by a player who is deemed to be moving, and by the rule book, that is an offensive foul, an illegal action, and a moving screen. That's what they called Bowie for. So waiting to see if we get any sort of look here. It's one of the unique elements of the NBA G League. They have a lot of different experimental rules in place that the NBA may or may not adopt eventually. One of those is 2 challenges instead of 1, but the catch is no matter how you fare, you only get 2. You can't keep winning challenges and getting more. The NBA views they want to limit, just for pace of play, only have the 2 max, but if you have 1 challenge and you lose it, you aren't just done. It's not like you have to wait to use your specific challenge till you think you've absolutely got it right. But we've seen this year, sometimes it leads to the frustration challenge. We've had that a couple times where Vitor Galvani, especially in these home games for Mexico City, he's just been frustrated and he's like, screw it, I'm challenging, even though he really had no chance to win it. So no way for us to say with any sort of conviction, since we've not seen a replay. There are some hisses, whistles around the crowd. got to think with how much chaos movement there was in there, it'd be very hard to overturn this just based on the naked eye and the first look we had. So Esteban Roacho, he and his black eye come back in. All right, here comes our look. So Bowie and Iraldi, you know what? Yeah, they're engaged, and the Bowie contact forces Iraldi. I can see why the head coach Vitor Gavani thought Iraldi sort of sold that contact and then just crashed into Dos Santos. But the call on the floor is confirmed from the parking lot. Oh man, Jalen Slauson can do no wrong in this first half. 7 points, 5 boards, 4 blocks, 4 assists. Largest lead for Noblesville. Roacho in and out on that corner attempt. And guess who? Slauson right there. Felton racing ahead. Lost the ball. Gets it back. Can't finish the bunny. Wade Taylor on the hop. Finds Minor, who's denied. Slauson comes up holding his head. Gets another block, and on the other end, they wave it off, an offensive foul before the Denbo made 3. And we'll see if Slauson is all right. His 5th block of the first half. The offensive foul was on MJ Iraldi for the moving screen. Let's get another look at this. Slauson the block on Minor. Couldn't tell on that look where Slauson got hit or why he was hurting. Either way, it's Taylor. Took Iraldi by surprise. That quick trigger push shot. And Wade Taylor, first to double figures for Mexico City. He was their team's leading scorer, career-high 28 points Friday. He's gone from just a distributor, great defender now, to legit scorer. Minor's called for the foul here. And whatever was bothering Slauson, he looks to be all right, ready to come back in. I think there was another technical foul given to Mexico City. Looked like they were pointing in the direction of Minor. It is a tech. Iraldi will take the free throw and nails it. They're just saying Mexico City bench here. Noblesville's really been in control in the second quarter. Capitanes were tight in the first quarter, tied at the end of one, in large part due to sloppiness from Noblesville. Here they lob it up, unable to finish at the rim for Samson Johnson. Capitanes just 36% from the field, 4 of 14 from 3. Bucknight can't change that trend. He is just 1 of 5 from 3s. On the pull-up, Slauson, heat check, little strong, but it's volleyballed out. Hildreth, he and Dos Santos been going at it this first half. It's a give up to Iraldi around and out. Noblesville had been red hot this second quarter as Figueroa behind the defense lays it off. There's Minor with the finish, gets a little revenge on Slauson, who's had his number defensively most of the first 2 quarters. The quick trigger, Denbo! What a return to Mexico City. You would think based on this performance that Denbo played like 5 years with the Capitanes and had all sorts of memories. Only 2 games last year, 2 points for Denbo. Well, he's come in off the bench in just his 2nd game with Noblesville and scored 12 points, all on 3-pointers in the first half. Minor fouled on his way to the rim. There's a look at Garrett Denbo, native of Ashland, Ohio. Played for 3 teams last year at the G League: San Diego, Texas, then Mexico City. 2 teams this year, Rio Grande Valley, Rip City before, now with Noblesville. So 6 teams in basically a year and a half. Miners now getting looked at by the training staff. Might have got a cut there after he was fouled by Denbo. Coming up on halftime here in Mexico City. This has been rare territory for the Capitanes. They're 12-2 at home in the regular season, 16-4 at home in the combined full season. And yet with a lot of key players out, RJ Melendez, Felipe Hasse, Anderson Garcia, in FIBA international duty. They're playing the 2027 FIBA World Cup qualifiers right now. Best of luck to RJ Melendez in Puerto Rico, taking on the Bahamas today. Felipe Hasse in Chile will take on Venezuela tomorrow. So no word yet on if those players will be back by Tuesday's game, second of this homestand. But a missed free throw leads to a run out, and the Boom continue their massive second quarter. Denbo at the finish after Miner missed the free throw. Final 45 seconds of the first half. Slip pass comes nicely to Miner, who gets the finish. And Jordan Miner with 12 points. That is time for his most as a Capitane. Slauson, a little strong, coming right back as Noblesville went 2 for 1. Figueroa, corner three, around and out. And Noblesville can hold for one, up 59-42. They've scored 34 in this second quarter, outscoring the Capitanes 34-17 in the frame. Iraldi off the dribble. The C's part, and Iraldi lays it in. Massive second quarter for Noblesville. The heave way strong from Dos Santos. And behind three, Boom in double figures, led by Garrett Denbo in just his second game with Noblesville. It's the Boom who lead it at the half, 61-42 over Mexico City. We'll step aside, be back in 15 minutes. You are watching the NBA G League right here on NBAGleague.com. We welcome you back to Mexico City, ready for the second half between the Noblesville Boom and Mexico City Capitanes. Look at our leading scorers. You would not have necessarily handicapped these two. Garrett Denbo playing in just his second game with Noblesville, signed from the player pool before their game Friday at Rio Grande Valley. 14 points and 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. The former Capitane played in 2 games with Mexico City as a rookie. Jordan Miner, newest member of Mexico City, signed just over a month ago. 12 points off the bench in 13 minutes. Always a good crowd on hand here in Mexico City. They've set G League attendance records here in the past and are enjoying what's been a tremendous season. Mexico City, best home record in the Western Conference, 12-2. They're tied for first in the West entering play today. However, with 3 key pieces, RJ Melendez, Anderson Garcia, Felipe Haase, all out due to FIBA international duty for the World Cup qualifiers. And their starting point guard, Ahmad Caver, out with an injury. He suffered their last home game against Salt Lake. It's been a struggle for Mexico City, just 36% from the field, 4-17 from 3. It has not stopped the love for being shown, though, in the stands today as we get ready to roll. Start of the second half. Capitane scoring just 17 points in the second quarter. They were outscored 36-17. And will attempt to do what they did on Friday in Iowa, which was turn around a 25-point deficit. They came back in that game, actually led in the fourth quarter before losing by 1. It was a tough first half for Boo Buie, a -17. Given a technical foul at some point during halftime, so we begin. Buie had the technical, and now James Bouknight is teed up. We're just waiting to get this technical free throw going. That man, Jalen Slauson, was excellent in the first half. 7 points, 6 boards. So Slauson with free throw, and that's how we begin the third quarter. It took a little bit of time, but Slauson off the mark. Gets Noblesville, I should say, off the mark. His free throw was certainly on the mark, and it's a 62-42 lead for Noblesville. It's funny, so often you see a lot of the frustrations, physicality texts happen in the second game of these 2-game series, but not in this one. This is our first game. We'll see an off day tomorrow. Mexico City and Noblesville do it again on Tuesday, and Renan Dos Santos immediately fouls Cameron Hildreth before he even crossed the timeline. Dos Santos and Hildreth, they've been jawing at each other most of the day. 20-point lead for Noblesville. So finally, the first true possession of the third quarter. Slauson had been excellent. Sets up his man back door, and that leads to a foul called on Mexico City. It's on James Bouknight. We saw actually Dos Santos called for the foul again. You saw Bouknight get the technical earlier. On the lob, look out, tip off the mark. They couldn't connect with Johnson, who was open. And it's Boo Buie to race the other way. Buie sets up his teammate. Dos Santos can't finish. Again, Noblesville's been really good defending the rim. They have 6 blocks as a team today. 5 of them from Slauson. On the spin, pushed up a little short with a rebound to Figueroa. Capitanes down by 20 as we start play in the third. It's a team who's been the 7th best offensive rating team at home this year. Bullet pass fumbled by Chaparro, gets rid of it to Figueroa coming off the bench to start the second half. One on the shot clock, have to hoist. It's Buie who airballs it short. More struggles shooting for Mexico City. That was certainly not on Boo Buie, just a possession that went nowhere. Noblesville have been a strong defensive team this year, 12th in overall defensive rating. Where they've struggled has actually been on offense, and Shapiro picks that pass off. Noblesville turned the ball over a lot. They've turned it over 11 times already tonight. The Capitanes have not been able to make them pay, and this is another sloppy start to a quarter. It's thrown away by Dos Santos, couldn't collect it under the rim. On the back door, tough finish, great work by Dejuan Gordon, able to hang and hit on the reverse. He had 11 in that first half, one of 3 in double figures for Noblesville, and they've opened it up, largest lead at 22. Dos Santos, the lefty, trying to get Mexico City back in it. That will help. The triple from Dos Santos. 3rd overall pick in last year's G League International Draft by Mexico City. Slauson fakes the 3, sets up Hildreth, short on a triple, and Bouknight gets the board. Still a long way to go. Mexico City have shown the ability to come from behind this year. As Bouknight races in and he blows the layup. Did the hard part, couldn't finish, and so Bouknight and Bowie now are just a combined 2 of 16 from the field. Hildreth can't finish though. Shapiro got the block and then a steal in the passing lane. They outlet it up ahead. Figueroa! Beautiful setup, going a length of the floor pass, and LJ Figueroa pays it off with a dunk. It was a chaotic sequence with Bowie getting the steal. And they just throw it up ahead immediately. LJ Figueroa able to suck it in, and now we get a foul call. I don't know if it's a foul call or it's just they noticed some blood from Chase Hildreth as he got a cut. Cameron Hildreth, I should say. He and definitely has some blood coming from the nose. So they stop play. No foul called with 9:26 to go in the 3rd. He does not want to miss any time. So Hildreth back in. They plug up the nose. The rookie out of Wake Forest. MJ Iraldi with the inbounds. Noblesville led by as many as 22. They're up 17 right now. And another foul called. As Slauson attempted to drive. That one's on Figueroa. Look at the foul trouble so far. You always wonder about that when you have 2 teams shorthanded, both with just 8 active players today. 3 personals on Shapiro and Bowie each. 3 fouls on Dejuan Gordon. We'll see the native of Mexico, the fan favorite Esteban Roacho check back in. He's been pressed into more duty though with all the guys out. He's usually an end of the bench, end of the game guy. So 17-point Noblesville lead as they inbound to Art Felt. He's back into the game off the bench. On the drive, Gordon launching the 3. That one's off the mark. And a rebound by Shapiro. Corner 3, Bowie short. Man, just not the day for the 2 stalwarts in the backcourt for Mexico City. Bowie and Bouknight really struggling. On the scoop layup, that one won't go for Gordon. Fell right to Slauson, recollects underneath. Ultimately, though, an empty trip for Noblesville. Had a couple good cracks at it. As Figueroa, he can't hit. Bowie for the rebound, and push shot goes in. Bowie had been just 1 of 10 from the field, but was in the right place at the right time. Figueroa's 3 missed coming right to him. And it's a 7-0 run for Mexico City. Iraldi skip pass right to Slauson, who buries it in front of the Mexico City bench. Second triple for Slauson, who is a rebound away from a double-double now. Slauson, a big reason why the Boom have dominated Mexico City on the glass, have handled them in the paint. 6 blocks as well for the Boom. Bowie into the teeth of the D, and he fits it in off the window. That is Boo Buie to a T. Never afraid of the contact, the size, the height of the paint. Excellent at those sorts of finishes, but they give up a backdoor on the other end. It's DeJuan Gordon. Gordon with some chirping as well. He has 15 now off the assist by Iraldi. And getting a talking to from his coach, Tom Hankins. Remember, DeJuan Gordon is just back from suspension. And he gets called for a technical foul after that play, a one-game suspension. He left the bench area after Adis Tony started a brawl, was throwing punches in a loss to Capital City. Tony serving the second of his two-game suspension here today. Boo Buie, normally an excellent foul shooter at about 80%, misses the free throw. This has by far been the worst combined shooting from Bouknight and Buie. 4 of 20 and 2 of 9 for 3 between the two of them. Those are two guys averaging 38 or so points a game. Figueroa working inside, and it's Bieniemy who's called for the foul. The number 30 for Mexico City, LJ Figueroa. Using that strength to work hard into the paint. So LJ Figueroa, this is actually fortunate for Mexico City. He is not missing time. He did spend some time with the Dominican Republic national team. He has dual citizenship from Lawrence, Massachusetts. He missed a few games earlier as part of FIBA duty, but with the team right now, that's helpful because Mexico City's without 3 other guys on FIBA international duty. And only 8 active guys today. Probably would have had to sign somebody if Figueroa was also missing, as Noblesville turn it over for the 12th time today. That brings Jordan Miner back in. Led the way in the first half, 12 points off the bench, tying a season high with Mexico City. Miner actually had 12 points in his team debut against South Bay. Capitanes looking for a spark, down by 16 as we near the halfway mark of the third quarter. Bouknight, little head fake, step back 3, connects! You think sooner rather than later, James Bouknight will get rolling. It's a 13-point game, what was a 22-point lead for Noblesville. On the spin, R.J. Felton, too much strength. He's got good size for a guard. Only 6'3", but packs a good punch. It's Taylor right back at him. Wade Taylor, the 4th and 1. Strong move into the paint. That leads us to a break. Wade Taylor, the 4th, coming off a career-high 28 points. He's been excellent again. Out of the timeout, Wade Taylor with the and one free throw, and the Capitanes have gone on an extended 13-3 run. We're down by 22 at one point earlier in the third. Now they're to within 12. Jalen Slauson, little head fake, and gets fouled by Jordan Miner. So still a long way to go here. About halfway through the third quarter, Miner frustrated as he picks up his first foul. That was the last one to give it this third quarter for Mexico City. Slauson has been a fiend on both ends, and he's fouled again. It goes right back at Miner. Slauson has really controlled that battle tonight, whether it's on offense with the 11 points or defense, where he has 5 blocks to tie a season high, as well as 9 boards. Jalen Slauson, how about this? The final player who was born in the 1990s to be drafted. An interesting nugget on Jalen Slauson right at the end of the second round in 2023. His father, Tom, played basketball for the Citadel back in the day. Slauson at Furman, as Rawacho misses the 3. Offensive board, it's Miner going right back at Slauson. 5 blocks already. Helps with the altar here. Miner gets it back and is fouled. So a chance for Miner at the line to get a new season high in his time with Mexico City. Second-year pro out of Virginia, native of Boston, and he does can the free throw. The bench, only 3 guys on the bench for Mexico City, yet they've outscored the starters today pretty handily. All 3 in double figures for Mexico City have been bench players. They trail by 12, just over the halfway mark of the third quarter. Noblesville in playoff positioning entering today. They have it poked away. Slauson on the deflection from behind. It's Bouknight who's fouled. And it is Slauson who got him. Bouknight will feel that. Slauson 6'7" big off the nifty behind the back move. Slow start to this game for Bouknight. Just 8 points on 2 of 9 shooting. Playing in his 112th career G League game. Drills that one. Bouknight in double figures now for the 37th time this year. He's done it all 37 games. This is game number 39 for Mexico City. Hildreth, too strong on the 3. The crowd has gotten into it a little bit in the third. There was a big run by Noblesville in the second quarter to open up the lead, but here Slauson takes it away. 6 turnover by Mexico City. It's a 3-on-3 and a little out of control. They call a charge on Felton. You can see that coming. He was just sort of down 22 in this quarter. Capitanes to within 10, and it's their number 10. Native of Cuauhtémoc, about 1,000 miles north of Mexico City, who is draft eligible in 2026. Bouknight fouled by Slauson and Cheapy. That's the 4th personal on Slauson. First for either team to reach 4 fouls, and you think about how limited the benches are, just 8 guys for each team who have suited up today. Slauson not happy. He's had a good game. But it sends Bouknight to the line. That was the 5th foul, so both teams now in the bonus for the final 4:41 of the third quarter. Mexico City, it's a big game today. Big 2-game series for both teams, with Capitanes in a 3-way tie with Rio Grande Valley and South Bay for first in the West. Noblesville 14 and 11. They are 6th in the East. 8 teams make it this year. There used to be just 6 teams, and the top 2 seeds would get buys into the conference semis. No longer the case. A slip and a travel. Sliding up the pivot foot by MJ Iraldi. 16 turnovers. Capitanes have only scored 19 points off those turnovers, though. More opportunities for Mexico City. They've outscored the Boom by 14 over the last 5 minutes. Taylor, the step back. 3-pointer not there. Dejuan Gordon with the rebound. Hildreth races into the paint, goes fadeaway and knocks it down with a little contact, Cameron Hildreth. 12 points for the Brit from Worthing, England. As we're under 4 to go in the third, 75-65 Noblesville. Bowie the lob right to Miner, who's able to recollect and lay it in. Wasn't quite there for the alley-oop, but here come Mexico City back to within 8. With a lot of traffic, that ball somehow comes inside. Kicked out, Hildreth for 3, but no, they wave it off. They say Hildreth kicked out his shooting leg for an offensive foul, and he is begging his head coach Tom Hankins to challenge. Esteban Roacho was the one defending. Let's take a look. Johnson passes it out, and they nab Hildreth for extending the leg. It will be a challenge from Noblesville, and we will step aside. 75-67, the Boom on top of the Capitanes. Coach's challenge coming. We'll get the review next. Look at Esteban Roacho, who draws an offensive foul on Cameron Hildreth, called for kicking out the leg after releasing the shot. Noblesville challenge, and they lose. So both coaches down to a single challenge, and the momentum is firmly flipped towards Mexico City with 3:15 to go in the third. Bowie dropping it down. Couple head fakes. Miner lays it in. 6-point game. And now Miner gets teed up. A 16-point turnaround here in the third quarter. And the 4th technical foul going on a Mexico City Capitane. Miner is arguing that he didn't do anything. Noblesville makes the technical free throw. So it's 76-69 as we cross the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Hildreth into the paint, gets past Roacho. There's his revenge. Cameron Hildreth on the lay-in. Noblesville led by 22 earlier this quarter. It was Iraldi, by the way, who made that technical free throw. Lob it up, Minor, kick out, Taylor, wide open. No, on a three. This has not been Mexico City's day from downtown. They are a team that relies heavily on the three, and they're just 6 of 25. On the other end, an alley-oop. They throw it up to Samson Johnson, and the rookie out of UConn emphatically puts Noblesville back up double digits. Bowie get unlocked. Here he sets up Minor. Minor having a big day. His first 20-point game as a member of the Capitanes. Career 6.5 a game scorer in the G League. This is his 68th all-time appearance. Johnson right at Minor. It is a blocking foul called. So Minor's fourth personal. He just got teched a moment ago. Techs do not count towards personals in the NBA or G League. That brings Tomas Chaparro back in as Minor takes a seat. So team's leading scorer tonight, Jordan Minor, he exits. And it's Samson Johnson. His first game back in about 2 weeks, just 3 points, but he gets the friendly roll on the free throw here. Johnson in this one with 8.7 rebounds as Noblesville's back up double figures. Late stages third quarter, Boom have led since early in the second quarter. Dos Santos working against the zone. Taylor, look at the split, the spin, but he can't finish. Iraldi on D. Gordon the other way for Noblesville. Hildreth right back to him. Backdoor, pretty pass, beautiful finish by Dejuan Gordon. That pass was something else on the setup. Gordon has 17. Big man Samson Johnson threading the needle. Bowie blocked now from behind. His rough day continues. After all that hard work, Capitanes got it from down 22 to down 6. Noblesville coming right back, but Chaparro, he gets the denial. Chance for a 2-on-1. Bowie, open three, good. Sorely needed for Bowie the third in Mexico City. Just their 7th three on 26 attempts today. They guarantee another possession back to within 10. Johnson with an offensive foul called, and he can't believe it. Cameron Hildreth right in the mix there. It's Hildreth called for the offensive foul, and will we get another technical coming here? Well, Hildreth can't believe it and just plowed right into Taylor. And it's Samson Johnson who's been given a tech. I think Samson Johnson, we did not have the benefit of seeing what happened here, but Samson Johnson has been tossed from the game. Hit with a double technical. And just like that, the starting big man for Noblesville is done. So they're down to 7 players here for the final quarter. And Hildreth, he did not foul out, contrary to what the graphic said. That was just his 6th turnover. Bouknight getting 2 free throws, an 81% foul shooter, misses the first. Knocks down the second. So 9-point game, what a swing. And hopefully we'll get a replay there, but Samson Johnson was clearly frustrated. Both teams have had some gripes with the Zebras today. Mexico City have gotten called for 4 different techs. That's 2 techs now for Noblesville. What an opportunity here. You could get to within 2 possessions with the 3 after being down by 22 earlier in the quarter. Taylor, the drive. 3 seconds to go. Figueroa, kick. Bouknight, no for 3. Third quarter buzzer sounds. Capitanes, though, we're down big. This could have been a blowout for Noblesville. As we go to the fourth quarter, Mexico City within 9. It's Noblesville on top, 84-75. Our fourth quarter coming your way next. We head to the fourth quarter for Mexico City. Capitanes making a charge. They trailed by 22. But then a late third quarter surge and ejection of Noblesville's Samson Johnson, done after 21 minutes at 8 points. There's only 7 players left here for the already shorthanded Boom. And an 84-75 lead for Noblesville. Had that 22-point lead cut down. It got as low as 6. A 33-22 third period for Mexico City, who trail by 9 as we start the fourth quarter. Sunday afternoon here in the NBA G League. Capitani set up, Reynan Dos Santos, and he's fouled on his way to the basket. Hildreth taking the foul, his 3rd. On a day where the Western Conference standings continue to get tight, the Austin Spurs able to hold on against Memphis by 3 points, a game that just went final, so that means in the West, you have Mexico City, Rio Grande Valley, and South Bay all tied at 16 and 8. Stockton and Austin now are both a half-game pack, so a half game separating first from 5th place. And the 8 playoff teams in the West now separated by only 3 games. As Dos Santos goes to the line, an important 2 points. Meanwhile, you have Noblesville currently in a tie for 6th, can move back into solo 6th. They're 14 and 12 right now. Just a half game ahead of the final playoff spot in Motor City. Foul call right here on LJ Figueroa. A lot on the line for both Noblesville and Mexico City, beginning this 2-game series. First game today, game number 2 Tuesday night. So that's what's at stake as we start the fourth quarter. Cameron Hildreth and the Boom. Go give and go to Hildreth. A crazy shot. He got a little bit too far under the basket. Allows for a 3-on-2. Bouknight fakes the 3, where it's been a struggle on this night. Just 7-27 as a team. He won't stop from shooting, though, and Bouknight hits the triple. 3rd 3 for Bouknight. It's a 4-point game, closest it's been since early second quarter. And a steal. Chaparro with a takeaway. Here come the Capitanes. It is Taylor for 3. 1-point game. Timeout, Noblesville. How the tables have turned. We'll step aside as we're a minute into the fourth quarter. Great finish brewing for Mexico City. (84-83), we start the fourth quarter. Great back and forth between Noblesville and Mexico City. This was a 22-point lead for Noblesville at one point in the second half. They started to turn in that third quarter. Then the big swing, Samson Johnson ejected. 2 technical fouls tossed from the game. And Mexico City have used that to their advantage, now to within 1. Haven't led since the first quarter. Swim move inside. No, Chaparro able to alter that attempt at the rim, and it's the Capitanes who finish at the other end. It's LJ Figueroa, and Mexico City leads. Giraldi unable to hit down there, and now we'll get another whistle, and not sure what this is for here. It's been awfully chippy since the start. Here is Giraldi, denied by Chaparro. And the outlet up ahead. Booknight finding LJ Figueroa. Maybe, yeah, that's what it was. They immediately signaled for a review way behind the play as Chaparro got decked. There's been a lot of that so far today. 4 technicals assessed to Mexico City. We had the double tech on Noblesville's Johnson and the ejection. You come into this building when you're a visitor, you have to play very fundamentally sound and solidly for 48 minutes. It's just the reality against the Mexico City team. 12-2 on their home floor in the regular season. 16-4 across the combined tip-off tournament and regular season. So review time here. Both coaches do have 1 challenge left. This is an official review coming, though. All we saw in that first replay was just the tail end of it, Chaparro going down. Whether they were just tangled up, incidental contact, or if the officials think there was something more and would call a foul away from the play, that remains to be seen. See that, Coach Tom Hankins, just a smile, a cup of Gatorade in his hand, trying to calm everybody down. It has been a heated Sunday afternoon here in Mexico City. Both teams coming in shorthanded off of heartbreaking losses Friday away from home. This will serve as an extended extra time out here for both Noblesville and Mexico City. Final game of the day on this G League Sunday. Officiating crew, Matt Kaleo, our crew chief, talking it over. We just had the one look. They clearly saw something that triggered the review. Chaparro knocked down by Iraldi after Iraldi missed the shot. And they will assess a foul here, actually to Cameron Hildreth. So Hildreth given a flagrant one. It's a flagrant one technical. So Wade Taylor will take the free throw and drill the first. So free throw plus possession here for Mexico City. Actually, no, they say just a technical foul. So yeah, originally there was a thought maybe that'd be an upgraded to a flagrant one. Instead, it is just a technical foul. One free throw back to Noblesville. And that makes our technical foul counter up to 7 combined tonight. 2-point game. Hildreth on the swing. Gordon for the shot clock. Kicks out. Slauson, the step back. 3 is good. And 1 for Jalen Slauson. Talk about a turn of events. Mexico City on a 24-point turnaround. Only to see Slauson, who has certainly been the most valuable of the Boom today. 16 points, 9 boards, 5 blocks, 4 assists. He has done it all. And drills the free throw. Just over 10 to play in what's been a fun Sunday afternoon tilt for Mexico City. Bouknight, can he answer? Yes! From downtown, James Bouknight's 4-3. Slauson thought about the 3. Now he launches. That one's too strong. Only a 35% three-point shooter, not a big part of his game. As Mexico City comes forward. Taylor feeling it. No on a 3. Chaparro blocked but fouled from behind. Lawson going for a 6th block. Noblesville does have 1 challenge left if they want to use it here. And you see Tom Hankins, he's kind of giving Jalen Slauson a little bit of the cold shoulder. So hard for these coaches too, because especially once you're down to the 1 challenge left, got to be smart about it. And after spending about as much time as possible, Tom Hankins is going to say, yep, let's challenge. Final challenge used at the 9:38 mark for Noblesville, and we'll step aside. 89-88 Mexico City. It's been chippy, back and forth, fun. Stick with us. Great finish brewing for Mexico City next. 89-88 Mexico City, 9:38 to go. We saw head coach Tom Hankins use his final challenge before that last break. The last one, win or lose, on what was a foul call on Jalen Slauson. He was adamant. He got all ball, no body contact. Tomas Chaparro would have been going to the line. Here's our look at it. Slauson saying he came clean from behind. In the meantime, LJ Figueroa will be coming back in for Mexico City. And it looks like they will overturn the call here. So no foul on Slauson. Instead, it is a season-high 6th block. And just a side out for Mexico City, who lead it by 1 after trailing by as many as 22. So it all works out, right? You think Noblesville, they win the challenge, they get the side out off the block by Slauson, and Taylor able to get the hoop and the harm. City has had, they've trailed most of the way, including by as many as 22 in the second half. Gordon with that siphoning defense, collapsing to the ball. For the shot clock, but baseline drive, and Gordon is denied. Chaparro helped. That also looked like it was the rim that partially denied Gordon as well, and we're inside 9 minutes. Taylor, heat check 3, good! Wade Taylor, the 4th from downtown. On a heater again with 23, and Noblesville continues to struggle in this 4th quarter. A wide open 3 missed by Hildreth. Taylor had a career high 28 on Friday in a loss. 23 today to lead Mexico City. For the shot clock for Figueroa. Have to go, bounce it into Minor. They never saw the clock. Shot clock violation by Mexico City, who have had a big edge in the turnover battle, even though they give it away here. $19 turnovers for Noblesville, just 9 for the Capitanes. And the Boom needs some sort of a spark. Down to 7 players. Samson Johnson got ejected earlier, but this is the guy who's been so good all day, Slauson. 19 points, 9 boards, 6 blocks. Boom back to within 5 as we're under 8 to go. Bowie high off the window, gets it back. Has an open man in the corner, who was Minor. Swim move, and has knocked away behind the baseline by R.J. Felton. Another look at that strip by Felton. Certainly plays bigger than his 6'3", 200-pound frame. Lob it in. Nice play out of the inbounds. Figueroa catches Hildreth napping a little bit, and it's back to a 7-point lead for the Capitanes. Iraldi blocked. Oh, Chaparro loving it. Bowie from way outside. That's short on a 3. Would have brought the house down, though. Mexico City's never led by double digits in this game. Trying to go to 12, make it 13-2 at home in the regular season, and go to solo first in the Western Conference. Hildreth, short, offensive board. That's a double-double for Slauson, and he's fouled. His 7th double-double of the year. One shy of his teammate Gabe McLaughlin, who was just shut down for the season with rib fractures, suffered 2 games ago. And Jalen Slauson been a pain for Vitor Galvani, the Mexico City head coach, to try and deal with. Denbo got hot off the bench in the first half. He's back in. Meanwhile, Figueroa just picked up his 5th foul, so he checks out. Slauson canning the free throw. 3rd in the G League in blocks coming in. He has added to that tally with 6 of them tonight. 21 for Slauson to pace Noblesville. Capitane is unable to keep control as he gave it away under 7 minutes to go. 5-point lead here for Mexico City. As Wade Taylor's on the turnover, Bieniemy with the steal. Now they're calling it the other way. And Chaparro not thrilled. As that foul goes on Chaparro, and yeah, Mexico City, it's not like they're all that deep either with so many guys out. Into the paint, underneath, reverse lay-in, good from R.J. Felton. That foul, the 4th on Chaparro. Figueroa already on the bench with 5 fouls. And it's a 3-point lead for Mexico City, 6 minutes to go. Bowie lobs it up. Oh, Chaparro throws it down. That was something special. The connection those two have had all year. Slauson on the driving kick. Wide open 3. Short. Bieniemy has really struggled, but he gets it back. Layup, no, but a foul. Felton, that is, on the 3-point miss. Felton was good early, has not been able to make much since then. And Chaparro comes up a little bit gimpy after that. 99-94 Mexico City, and we'll get a timeout taken. That foul goes on Chaparro after the offensive rebound by Slauson. Felton heading to the line next as we'll get a timeout. And Mexico City has used their final challenge. Both teams now out of challenges the rest of the way. We'll see if we get any review here challenging the foul by Chaparro. It is a big call because you're looking at Mexico City. They're without R.J. Melendez, Felipe Haase, Anderson Garcia, all on FIBA World Cup qualifying duty. They're also down Ahmad Caver, who's been out the last 2 games with what looked like a pretty bad ankle injury. On top of that, you have Figueroa with 5 fouls, Chaparro now with 5 fouls. 2 guys in a lot of trouble here. And still 5:41 to go. A win puts Mexico City back in solo first place, a spot they've been in for most of the last month. Currently tied right now with Rio Grande Valley and South Bay. And the whole reason Rio Grande Valley's tied is because they won a nail-biter in Elam-ending overtime game against Noblesville at home on Friday. The Boom had a chance to win that game. Iraldi got blocked going for the win, then Dacian Nix hit a 3-pointer on the next possession. That's how tight things can be in the G League. No word yet on the result of the challenge. The call on the floor was foul on Tomas Chaparro. It would be a free throw to get it back to a 3-point game at the line. Here's our look. Off the miss, that volleyball bat, and there was the contact. Hard to tell from that angle, but ultimately, after taking a look at it, our officiating crew says not enough to overturn. Call on the floor upheld. And it's R.J. Felton to make it a 3-point game, which he does. Bowie on the kick, corner three. Wow, Wade Taylor the fourth. Cannot be stopped. That's 26 for Taylor on his fifth three of the day. Absolutely electric last two games for Wade Taylor. As we do the 5-minute mark, 6-point lead for the Capitanes. Chaparro with the altar. That is 4 blocks now for Chaparro. He's doing it with 5 fouls as well. Bouknight, step back three, short. Still a 2-possession game as Noblesville gets out on the run. Denbo, no from the corner for 3, and ball with a couple guys going down finds its way in the hands of Chaparro. Vitor Galvani looks on. What a stretch this has been for Wade Taylor, the fourth on the ball right now. Known more as an assist guy. Rookie out of Texas A&M, but he has found his shooting touch. Here he sets up, Bowie! The rainbow three goes, and now it's contagious. Everybody getting involved for Mexico City. Largest lead today. Slauson, oh man. Look out below on the Thunder Jam, and one for Jalen Slauson. Get another look at this. And that, assuming it's on Chaparro, means he will foul out and be done. So now both teams have lost a player down from the already short grouping of 8 that were available. The ejection from Samson Johnson and Noblesville. In and out on the free throw from Slauson. So Chaparro fouls out, 2 points in 25 minutes, did have 3 blocks. Capitanes now down to 7 players, and Figueroa, he's still on the bench with 5 fouls. Minor, best day as a Capitane. Couple fakes, and he shuffled the pivot foot. Once again, Jalen Slauson's presence defensively so difficult with 11 rebounds and 6 blocks. Tried one too many little spins there, did Jordan Martin. Under 4 to play. Noblesville have been outscored by 29 since midway through the third. Do they have a rally in them? Step back three. Hildreth halfway down and out. Pretty good look. But he's gone cold in the second half. Just 2 of 8 now from 3. Bouknight, the float, short. Minor just wrangles that into himself and lays it in. What a strong finish by Minor. And let's see, did they call him for another tech? They give a whistle after the play. I don't know if this was a tech or just a delay game here. Minor already got teed up, so this must just be a delay a game call. They've warned both teams on this a couple times, so they're calling delay a game technical. So he will not be ejected. Slauson makes the free throw, and it is 107-99. Just over 3 to play. Giraldi on the cut, gets past the D and lays it in. That was really good vision as well. Cameron Hildreth able to pick him out. Still a 2-possession game as we cross the 3-minute mark. Crunch time with first place on the line in the Western Conference. And Noblesville desperate to stay in the top 6 in the East. Dos Santos with a hard drive, can't finish. Another alter by Slauson. Minor with the offensive board, and then look out. Now, this has been brewing for some time. Minor and Felton square up. Now, Minor did not like that hard foul, and Felton immediately tapping his chest as if to say, I'm sorry for that. Didn't mean to foul you so hard. Well, what's interesting is Minor's already been teched, so if they end up going to the monitor here and giving double techs, Minor would be gone. So a lot to sort out on a night that has had tons of reviews. we've had our share. Both coaches are out of challenges. That's the good news. We can't have any more challenges, but now we're getting into the area of the official initiated reviews. Now, to give some credit to R.J. Felton, he did immediately apologize, tried not to escalate, but Jordan Minor, I don't think, saw that. He immediately got up and was clearly frustrated with the way he was brought down. Tom Hankins looks it all over, former Division II product out of Northeastern State in Oklahoma. He was actually high school teammates with Kevin Pritchard, who's the president of basketball operations for the Indiana Pacers. Talk about a connection. You can see him from behind. He's been around a long time. You don't see a lot of G League coaches stick around, but that's the way that in Indiana, they have such great cohesion, consistency up and down the organization. Rick Carlisle at the top, the Pacers head coach, coming off Game 7 appearance in the NBA Finals last year. So we've still yet to get a look at a replay. And they are checking on that hard foul from R.J. Felton, who brought down Jordan Minor. Could that be a double tech with the way Minor got up and they both kind of squared off at each other briefly? Will they upgrade that to a flagrant on Felton? Minor staying in the game. He is. Now here comes our replay. So, yeah, Minor grabbed hard around both arms. And they will upgrade this to a flagrant 1. It's the third foul on Felton, and Minor, who's had an up and down day at the line, just 2 for 4, but a season high 22 points, calmly knocks down the first. So a chance for a big possession here for Mexico City. That foul, by the way, when it happened by Felton, it was on the deck, not a shooting foul, and Noblesville still has 1 foul to give. So side out for Mexico City, who have trailed by as many as 22, have orchestrated a 30-point turnaround in the second half. Now up by 8. Both teams shorthanded today, first of a 2-game series, and a couple of playoff hopefuls, each in good playoff position right now. Mexico City tied for first in the West, Noblesville tied for 6th in the East. Bouknight goes to work, stripped. No call. 5 on the shot clock. This off the top of the backboard. Almost went in for Figueroa. So Noblesville need a charge, and they need one in a hurry. Hildreth doubled. Poked away, and a steal. Dos Santos. Bounce pass. Minor blocked. What a play from behind as Araldi races into the paint. Araldi denied. Great D on both ends with Dos Santos the altar. And Figueroa smartly realizes with his team up 8, 2 minutes to go, he will hold on to the ball and run some clock. They chant Capitanes here inside the Mexico City arena. Minor drawing contact. Able to work around Araldi. Jalen Slauson, absolutely amazing tonight. 7th block. And you can see why he's top 3 in the G League in blocks this year. Just an incredible showing. Free throw around and out. Remember, we're into the final 2 minutes here, so you get 2 free throws from this point. There have been some big block performances this year in the G League. Mason Ward of Maine had 10 blocks in a tip-off tournament game early this year. So it's not that Jalen Slauson will have a new single-game lead here, but it's been an impressive performance nonetheless. Foul called and a free throw coming for Noblesville. In the regular season, Jalen Slauson has the 7 blocks. He's one shy of tying Jamarian Sharp for most blocks in a G League regular season game this year. Right now tied with Sharp, who also had a 7-block game separately. Taylor called for the foul. Iraldi, who's had a big day. 10 points, 10 boards, 6 assists. MJ Iraldi, his second career double-double for the Division II national champion, National Player of the Year, and NCAA tournament most outstanding player last year, but he misses a big free throw. Are we getting another delay game or a technical here? Vitor Galvani, he is pleading his case over there. Yeah, they've given another tech. I've actually lost count. I mean, I know for a while we were at 7. I think we're at 5 techs now on Mexico City, 4 on Noblesville, and Slauson misses another free throw. So that's a delay a game technical on James Bouknight. It has to be a delay a game because Bouknight already had a T. Again, those are considered separate categories, so you don't get ejected if you have a delay a game technical foul. Free throw good from Iraldi, so he is able to make the second. Noblesville leaves a couple points at the line, though, on that trip, and it's an 8-point game. 90 seconds to go for Mexico City. Final game of the night here in the G League. Capitani is looking to take back first place in the West. Bowie, step back 3. On the rainbow, he knocks it down. Shooters shoot, don't they? Bowie, just 5 of his first 17, does not stop him there. Hildreth able to fight to the paint and lay it in. Bowie with 16 points, 10 boards, 1 shy of tying a season high. It's a double-double for Bowie. Now Noblesville looks for the trap on Taylor, and they do get a jump ball here with 59.8 to go. Mexico City in their last game, they were down 6 with 17 seconds to go and had a chance to tie the game at the free throw line. They hit a 3 with under 2 seconds left to make it a 2-point game, and then forced a turnover on the inbounds, and Tomas Chaparro was fouled. The only issue was Chaparro missed the first free throw, and then he tried to intentionally miss the second and accidentally made it. That's how Mexico City lost by 1. Tip won by Noblesville. They can make it a 2-possession game here with a triple. Drive and kick, 3. Denbo is good. And the former Capitane with a massive game, just his second game with Noblesville. Now the Boom don't have to foul here. They can play this out. 44 seconds to go, but they will take the foul on Dos Santos. Garrett Denbo just signed this week. Only played 18 minutes, 5 points in his debut. 17 points, 5 of 7 from 3 in just 17 minutes tonight. So career superlatives all over the place. Denbo for Noblesville. Jordan Minor for the Capitanes. 25 points. Had never scored more than 12 as a member of Mexico City. And now Noblesville take a timeout with 41.9 left. And foul was on Iraldi, his 3rd. One timeout left for Noblesville. Mexico City still has one. Both teams out of challenges. So they Send Dos Santos to the line. He's been pretty good, over 80% on the year. Hasn't had a lot of free throws since he was injured so early. A hamstring injury that was pretty severe back on November the 17th. Missed 28 straight games with it. Came back out of the All-Star break in the 2-game home series against Salt Lake. Got the start tonight with so many guys, 3 of them out on international FIBA duty. 41.9 left, 6-point lead for Mexico City. Each team has missed 5 free throws at the stripe. Got it. See the numbers for Reynan Dos Santos, the Brazilian who played for Vitor Galvani last year at Pinheiros. Hits the second free throw, and it's an 8-point lead for Mexico City. 40 seconds left, time running out on Noblesville. Hildreth races into the paint, he flips it up. Will they give it to him and one? He was arguing for the and one. Here's another look. And they will. And one for Hildreth. That's the one thing you did not want if you were Mexico City and Dos Santos. To stop the clock and put him on the line. Figueroa back in. He sat most of the fourth quarter with 5 fouls. Shapiro was fouled out with 6. And Sams Johnson has been ejected. Had 2 technical fouls back in the third quarter for Noblesville. Hildreth with 19 tonight. Nearly doubling his season average. They get it in. Expect the foul to come. Trap from Noblesville. Still nothing there. Probably want to grab Minor, and they do, with how he struggled at the line. Has missed 3 times. Hildreth takes his 4th foul. So Hildreth with that and one makes it a 5-point game. Jordan Minor, if he makes both, can be the new team leader, but he misses the first. That's the thing, 25 for Minor. It's been a huge day. His best by far as a Capitani, but it could be even better. Missed several throws at the line. Got the second. Pull up 3, Slauson, no, fight for the board. It pops off the hands of Boo Buie. And we'll see another timeout taken with 15.6 to go. Boom, take their final timeout. Now Jordan Minor with 26, he and Wade Taylor, each with 26 off the bench. Taylor just set a career high with 28 on Friday. He's too shy of that. Meanwhile, Minor's season high. He did have a 30-point game last year with the Long Island Nets in his rookie G League season against Birmingham. Just his 3rd career game with at least 20 points. Not many fans have left. They are a great, passionate fan base in Mexico City. They set the G League attendance record a couple years back, over 16,000 fans in this building. And the Capitanes play like they've got a great fan base behind them. 12-2 at home this year. Up 6. Hildreth blocked by Bucknight. Wow! Talk about an absolute rejection, like a volleyball swat. I mean, Hildreth didn't have much of a choice. He had to shoot. We're down to 9.9. Got to get a three off. Hildreth way short. Loose ball picked up by Iraldi, who gets the lay-in. It's a 2, but there's only 3 seconds left. Now Iraldi takes the foul with 2.2 to go. And a couple big games for MJ Iraldi. 13 points, 11 rebounds, his second career double-double. The 11 rebounds tying a season high. I mean, that block from James Bouknight is ridiculous. .2 left in what has been a wild seesaw affair. Got the first. .20 for Bouknight. As he knocks down the second. On the inbounds, the layup is good at the buzzer for Garrett Denbo. It will not matter as far as the final score goes, though. And Mexico City continue to roll on their home floor. They go back atop solo possession of first place in the Western Conference, rallying from down 22 in the second half to knock off Noblesville, 118-114. Behind 26 from Wade Taylor, a season high 26 from Jordan Minor. Mexico City goes to 17-8 through 25 games, first place in the Western Conference. 24 points, 11 boards, and 7 blocks from Jalen Slauson. Not enough as the Boom dropped to 14-12. They are now 7th in the Eastern Conference. We'll do it all over again Tuesday night, but for now I'm Ben Wilson saying so long. Thanking you for watching this presentation of the NBA G League. Our final score, Mexico City 118, Noblesville 114.